Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Ismail and this is a Teach One for HAP 671 and I'll be taking you through query 3 assignment. Now the first question we see is about finding all patients which have numbers 1, 2, 3 in their IDs and the number 1 should not be in the first place. So in this, our first query focuses on identifying patients with specific numbers in their IDs. We create a temporary table filtering out IDs starting with 1 and then find patient with IDs containing 1, 2 and 3. And this is how the results should look like. Now coming to second question, it's about observe the first DM field, the date of first diabetes diagnosis, create and provide a table or with list the number of patients per decade for this field. So in this query, we aim to analyze the first diabetes diagnosis date. We group patients into decade based on their age at the time of diagnosis. The result table is showing the count of patients per decade. This information can provide insights into distribution of first diabetes diagnosis over time. Now moving to third question, it's about using a row number, enumerate each patient's diagnosis in the order in which they were diagnosed. The earliest diagnosis based on age at diagnosis is 1 and etc. Now based on that result, provide the number of patients with at least 250 admissions. So for this query, we use a row number function to enumerate each patient's diagnosis based on the age at diagnosis. The result is filtered to show patients with at least 258 admissions, each diagnosis counting as one admission. Now this query helps identifying patients with significant number of primary diagnoses. Coming to the next question, it's about preparing a dataset for a case control study. In this, we will train 80% of data and test at 20%, randomly select the cases, and it also says to be sure that cases are not in your training dataset. For your cases, list all diagnoses per patient in one field. Now in this, we prepare dataset for a case control study. We randomly select 80% of data for training, ensuring that cases are not in the training set. Now the presentation shows the process of random selection, creating training and testing datasets for future analysis. Now for the next question is about binarizing the data for the factors death and DM. This means that we should create a column for each death with the values 0 and 1 to indicate if the patient is alive or dead, and similar column for a diabetes mellitus. Now in this, we create binary columns including the presence or absence of death and diabetes. These columns will be useful for further analysis, simplifying the representation of categorical data for predictive modeling or statistical analysis. The next question says to select patients for each cohort who are 18 to 99 years old using age at DX, or that is age at diagnosis column. So for this query, we select cohort patients aged 18 to 99. Now this step narrows down the dataset to a specific age range for more targeted analysis, excluding patient outside this range. Now coming to the last question, it says to find the percentage of patients among all patients who are diagnosed with hypertension. So for this, we find the percentage of patients diagnosed with hypertension by examining specific ICD-9 codes. In our case, it's I401.9. Now, this information can be crucial for understanding the prevalence of hypertension in the dataset.